like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the loss like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It was impossible, I heard him say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Running back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one, I'm number one. I'm number one, yeah, I'm number one, I'm number one. I'm number one, I'm number one. I'm number one, yeah, I'm number one, I'm number one.
Believe you'll see it all comes together. My dream, I bleed, I'll give the better part of me. Be free, break free, release, destroy the enemy. Just breathe. Fight for the power. Stand your ground, don't let it go. Fight for the power. Can't be scared when you're in the dark. You should never let the fear make you run away. Fire still burning for another day. Fight for the power. I get the one.
Pushes it in.
Oh, he's got another one! He's got another one!
Oh, wow!
As that ball bounces across the middle, he is onside.
Strong last 4 minutes of the first half. Pause.
Let's go. Hey, when we get the ball back, punish them.
Now place your bets, I'm feeling your choice, your fall, your prison. Make no mistake, I'm different. Made from the cloth of 1,000 giants. I am a little ninja.
In traffic with the and one. Going right, passing left. There's a touchdown pass to Strickland.
Raise your flag or even the score. Take your shot, ready for more. Surrender, there is no other choice. Set my soul free now. Light it up on fire. Bet on me, I got you. Pick a number.
Passer with a block downfield. Breaks the tackle. Stiff arm.
Hope wins! An unbelievable comeback by the Dutch!
He turns that charm off. 1 second.
best. Yeah, started moving with the
Gorski. A freshman from Plano, Texas, number 22, Hudson Tiemann. A senior from Noblesville, Indiana, number 24, Braden Carpenter. A junior from Orange, California, number 28, Jordan Warners. A senior from Plano, Texas, number 31, Soren Tiemann. And a junior from Hudsonville, number 32, Sawyer Richards. Head coach for Calvin University is Dave Hoger. And now here's the starting lineup for your Hope College Flying Dutchman. A senior from Ada, number 5, Jack McNamara. A junior from Hudsonville, number 12, Gibson Heathice. A sophomore from West Olive, number 13, Tyler Behrens. A sophomore from Hudsonville, number 15, Jack Zeiderveen. A senior from Ada, number 22, John Foster. A sophomore from Ada, number 26, Preston Huxham. A senior from Livonia, number 29, Jack Baumforth. A senior from Spring Lake, number 30, Brendan O'Donnell. A senior from East Lansing, number 31, Jackson Early. And a senior from Littleton, Colorado, number 41, Lance Hart. The Flying Dutchmen are coached by Michael Shanalls. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to turn your attention to the Hope sideline as we honor some very special players here today, your Hope College seniors. These seniors comprise a team that has been honored by the USILA for All-American Academic Performance for 3 straight years. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. First is Carl Bailey. Carl is a senior from Oxford, Michigan. Carl has served as a workout captain and squad leader. He is a varsity blanket winner and has won multiple MIAA championships and played in NCAA tournaments. Carl is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science with a minor in chemistry. He will work as a medical assistant to prepare for medical school. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carl Bailey. Next, Jack Baumforth. Jack is a senior from Livonia, Michigan. He has served as a captain. He is a varsity blanket winner and has won multiple MIAA championships and played in NCAA tournaments. Jack has been honored as an all-region player by the IMLCA, and he is an all-conference player by the MIAA. Jack is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Business and Economics, and he will work in medical device sales. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Baumforth. Next, Liam Belote. Liam is a senior from Saline, Michigan, is a varsity blanket winner and served as a squad leader. He too has won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Business and Communications. He will work in sales after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Liam Belote. Next, Jackson Early. Jackson is a senior from East Lansing. He served as a captain. He is a varsity blanket winner and has also won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He has been honored as an all-region player by the IMLCA and as a conference player by the MIAA. He is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Public Accounting and Business. Jackson will be working for Ernst & Young in Public Accounting in Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jackson Early. Next, John Foster. John is a senior from Ada, Michigan. He served as a captain. He is a varsity blanket winner and has also won multi-MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He too has been honored as an all-region player by the IMLCA and is an all-conference player by the MIAA. He is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Exercise Science. John will attend Western Michigan University to pursue a degree in physical therapy upon graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Foster. Next, Lance Hart. Lance is a senior from Littleton, Colorado. He is a varsity blanket winner and served as a squad leader. He, too, has won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He has been honored by the MIAA as an all-academic performer. Lance is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Public Accounting and Business. Lance will work at Plant Moran in Denver upon graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lance Hart. Next, Will Jewell. Will is a senior from Northville, Michigan. He is a varsity blanket winner, has won multiple MIAA championships, and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He has been honored by the MIAA as All-Conference. He will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Public Accounting. Will has accepted a position in accounting at PricewaterhouseCoopers in Dallas. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Will Jewell. Next, Jack McNamara. Jack is a senior from Ada. He has served as a captain. He is a varsity blanket winner, and he too has won multiple MIAA championships and participated in multiple NCAA tournaments. Jack is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology and with a minor in professional writing. Jack will be attending dental school at the Medical University at South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack McNamara. Next, Kyle McVitie. Kyle is a senior from Naperville, Illinois. He is a varsity blanket winner and has won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He has been honored by the MIAA as an academic. Kyle is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics and Business and a minor in Statistics. Kyle has accepted a position as an actuarial consultant at CBIZ Optimus in Phoenix, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kyle McVitie. Next is Jack Morris. Jack is a senior from Hillsborough, New Jersey. He is a varsity letter winner and has served as a scouting coordinator after retiring due to injury. Jack is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Exercise Science and Physical Education. Jack will be coaching and teaching after graduation. Jack currently coaches at West Ottawa. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Morris. Next is Brendan O'Donnell. Brendan is a senior from Spring Lake, Michigan. He has served as a squad leader. He is a varsity blanket winner and has won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. Brendan is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Exercise Science and will be pursuing a Master's in Athletic Training at Michigan State University next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brendan O'Donnell. Next is Andon Rieger. Andon is a senior from Elmhurst, Illinois. He served as a workout captain and as a varsity blanket winner. He, too, has won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. Andon will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business with a concentration in finance. He will work at IHC Construction Companies as a project engineer after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Andon Rieger. Next is Will Tobias. Will is a senior from San Diego, California. He has served as a captain, is a varsity blanket winner, and has won multiple MIAA championships and played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in elementary education and K-12 special education. Will teach lower elementary and work towards his master's degree in educational leadership and administration and will eventually become a principal. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Will Tobias. Next, Rachel Wozniak. Rachel is a senior from Oxford, Michigan. She has served for 4 years as Director of Lacrosse Operations. She is an invaluable leader and resource for the program. She has set a standard of service and care for this team, and we so very much appreciate all that she has done for us. Rachel is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and a minor in Sports Studies. She will work as an event operations coordinator for the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix presented by Lear. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rachel Wozniak. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the Hope College men's lacrosse bus driver, Dan Smith. Dan has been our bus driver through thick and thin for over 20 years. We have traveled the country, and Dan has been a wonderful companion, outstanding mentor, and a true professional. As he begins his retirement, we wish him the absolute best and thank him for always taking such good care of us and for the program. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dan Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for your very special guest today, your Hope College seniors. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Van Andel Stadium here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Knights of Calvin University and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your caps. If so desired, please join me, Darren Dijstemars, and Rick Dijstemars in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to the Dijstemar brothers for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem.
It cannot
The rivalry, Hope versus Calvin. It's a rivalry tipped off back in the 1920s on the basketball court, and it has grown exponentially throughout the years, known nationally by just those two words, the rivalry. And it is today, it's a special moment in Hope College and Calvin University athletic history, as we have a championship game today between the Flying Dutchman and the Knights. Both teams 4-0 in MIAA play. And the winner clinches at least a share of the MIAA championship with one regular season game remaining after today. And the winner also gets the top seed for the upcoming MIAA tournament and home field advantage. And both teams, while the lacrosse rivalry is lopsided, that doesn't matter. As we know from the rivalry, what happened in the past is lower. Not much is going to contribute. It's going to be defined by what happens today on this field here at Van Andel Stadium. Overcast, chilly, but dry setting for Hope and Calvin men's lacrosse. The Knights put themselves in this championship position with some really hard-fought wins, including an impressive 17-15 victory at Albion College. Hope and Albion have combined to win the last 10 MIAA championships, and that was on April 8th. The Knights defeated Adrian College 14-10 on Wednesday in their last game. Flying Dutchman on a historic winning streak, 14 games in a row. Best start in program history, 1 win from tying the school record for a winning streak. And they are looking to continue their reign atop the MIAA, but they will need to win this one afternoon. Face-off underway between Nate Hansen and Jackson Early. And Jackson Early picks up on the scramble, pivots, gets the ball to Jack McNamara here, senior day. An outstanding group of seniors honored beforehand, and their parents grateful for the family support of their student athletes. Flying Dutchman coming off an impressive 22-9 victory against rival Albion on Wednesday here at Van Andel Stadium. Complete domination from the start. First 5 goals for Hope, and they ran away with that one. Largest victory for the Flying Dutchman ever against the Britons. Jack McNamara calls out a play, 40 seconds on the shot clock in this game's first possession. McNamara moves in, goes behind the net to Cage to Gibson Heat-Heist. Gibson looks and fakes. Gibson already with 9 assist games. Stop, and a shot and a save by McNamara. Good save by the Knights goalkeeper. Quick reaction from Soren Tiemann, senior from Plano, Texas. Denied that shot by McNamara, a senior from Ada, Michigan. Flying Dutchman been very aggressive here, really frustrating teams with their pressure in midfield, but the Knights able to work through it. They get the clear. And that'll be Hudson Tiemann, freshman brother of the goalkeeper. Now the Knights get their first possession of the game, work it around on the far side. Got Jordan Warners, a junior from Orange, California, guarded by John Foster, one of several exceptional Hope long stick middies. On the near side, Anson Gorski, tracked there by Jackson Vasquez, a freshman from Lake Orion, who's found his way into the lineup. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Tyler Behrens knocks the ball away, scooped up by Vasquez. Vasquez has upfield, a forced turnover. And now it's back to Heat-Heist. Heat-Heist over to Preston, hooks him. Sophomore in his first season at Hope, transfer from Christopher Newport. Been a great addition, a great compliment. Far side shot. Another save. It's a good shot there from, I believe that was Beckett Monday. Knights working on the clear. Riley DeSarbo gets it in. The Knights will get their second crack. Some good scoring opportunities for Hope early. Haven't found the back of the net yet. Brighton Coteen on the near side. Guarded by Jackson Arnold. Jackson, a freshman from Ada, Michigan. An errant pass goes wide. Rolls across the midfield, knocked back into play. Jackson Vasquez gets it. Pass, good scoop by Preston to pick that up. Flying Dutchman in the transition game. Quick give and go, and a goal! And a beauty transition. Preston hooks and gets the Flying Dutchman on the board. 3.5 minutes into this contest. Great defensive pressure, created the turnover. Flying Dutchmen get on the run, and they're tough to beat when they get you in an unsettled situation.
Number 26, Preston Huxham.
Preston Huxham. The Flying Dutchmen jump to an early lead again. Ken Hope has dominated this series, winning all 16 games, only won by single digits, and that was 2 years ago, 11-9. Calvin scored the final 4 goals in that contest, including the last one with 25 seconds left. But they have been making great improvements. Good pass, McNamara. Flying Dutchman up 2-0 under the right crossbar and the right post. And the Flying Dutchmen strike again. 2 goals in about 30 seconds, and it's 2-0 Hope at the 11:06 mark of the first quarter.
5 unassisted for the Flying. Number 5, Jack.
Knights win that face-off. Ball knocked down. That defense clamping early for Hope. Ball knocked around again. Good recovery by the Knights. Ping pong ball right now. Elliott Heatheist pushed to the ground, but it's like a beehive when you get it all swarmed up. But the Knights able to come away with it, and they will try to settle in to stop this early surge from the Flying Dutchmen. Anson Gorski from Livonia, Michigan, sends it behind the net. Ball up top, picked up. Tyler Behrens with the pressure ball, still loose. Elliott Heatheist, Hudsonville, younger brother. He's sandwiched, but it works through. No, excuse me, not Heatheist. That's Brooks Clark, a freshman from South Bend, Indiana. Still a scrum going. Ball swept away. Still on the ground. In the possession of Ziderveen, Huxham slips. Guarded there tightly by Joe Alluri, sophomore from Gurnee, Illinois. Flying Dutchman gets settled in, gets some subs. Now Gibson Heatheist with it behind the net. Gibson with 2 9-assist games this season. One of just a handful of Division III players that have had 9 assists. At least 9 assists more than once in a game this season. He's also had a 7-goal game. As I've talked about on earlier broadcasts, this Hope team doesn't really care who scores. It's the right play. Ooh, good pressure there. I think that was Eli Bolins with a nice timed check there. Otherwise, that might have been goal number 3. Heatheist on the Gibson on the restart. Turns it to Ben Torrance and sends it up now to Weston Godbold, sophomore from Lowell, Michigan. Ball knocked away. Andon Rieger, senior from Elmhurst, picks it up. Godbold sends pass, but it's an errant one, out of bounds. It'll be Calvin possession.
Should I do the horn for the shot clock?
Sawyer Richards, a junior from Huntsville, bringing it out. Former teammate of Gibson Heatheist. Again, the Hope Calvin rivalry, there's a lot of connections. Ball knocked away by Huxham. Ball squirts free, and we're going to get a push, I think, called on Hope.
Why is that E? Why is that E?
Calvin gets called for the Knights bring it in now. Colin Tubrock behind the net, pressure by Liam Belote, slips. Ball. Official not sure, and they're going to say a deflection off of Hope, so possession will stay with the Knights. 59 seconds on the shot clock, 8:07 left in this first quarter. Hope leading 2-0. Good pressure there by Arnold, knocks it away. Jack Baumfirth, the senior goalie, with a quick transition pass up to Beckett Monday. Beckett on the move. Quick pass to Hooksum, but tough pass there. Ball loose on the ground and swept up there by Jackson Engbers, a junior from Holland Christian High School here in town. Another part of the Hope-Calvin rivalry. Hope and Calvin both getting students from Christian schools here in the West Michigan area. Tyler Behrens knocks that one away. And another turnover as the Flying Dutchman's defense has been really on point. Arnold, quick pass up to Monday. Monday up to Zeiderveen, junior from Hudsonville. He works free shot and scores. The beautiful deke on the goalie. And the Flying Dutchmen have grabbed a 3-0 lead here with 7:12 left in this first quarter.
With the assist, number 18, Beckett Monday. And scoring goal.
Flying Dutchmen have started this one the same dialed-in approach that they had against Albion on Wednesday. There was no need to get into the game. They were ready to go and playing at a high level early, and that's a good sign for Hope, but a lot of lacrosse to be played. Ball squirts around free. Brendan O'Donnell with it, loses it. The Knights' Alex Dahlk, a sophomore from Hamlin, Minnesota, picks it up, and it'll be possession for the maroon and gold.
Really?
Wearing maroon shorts and jerseys, yellow trim, white numbers. Hope wearing light blue jerseys, or light blue pants, or shorts, excuse me, white pants and orange numbers and trim. Anson Gorski with it. Gorski turns back on the far side, leaves it up to David Blackman, a senior from Wheaton, Illinois. Flying Dutchman defense hanging in there.
She reset it. Oh my God.
No.
Okay.
No. So he reset it.
Braylon Moore.
The 60 is again when he got the ball.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Muscled there, double teamed. Forced to give it up. Warner's with it, tries to spin away from Foster. Quick move, tight on the goalie. Jack Baumforth. Brick wall right there. Makes the save. Flying Dutchman on the move.
Hey, I was like, exactly.
It really is. It really is.
Logan Voss with it, gives it up to Zeiderveen. Zeiderveen with a step, fake shot, and a goal! Shaq Zeiderveen, the sophomore, buries it through. Hope 4, Calvin 0, 5:46 left in this first quarter, and that's going to get a timeout from the Knights. Great start for the Flying Dutchman. We'll be right back after this short break on the Anchor Network.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Welcome back to Van Andel Stadium, and much like Wednesday's showdown with Albion, the Flying Dutchmen have jumped out to early command, taking a 4-0 lead here in the first 9 minutes and 14 seconds of this MIAA showdown. Flying Dutchmen scored the first 5 goals of the game against Albion and went on to a 22-9 victory here at Van Andel Stadium. And very similar start as well. Both
My name is
excel both on the midfield as well as the defensive end and of course the offensive end. 4-0 our score, and we got a face-off. Early and Hansen battle for it. Ball still ping-ponging around, but picked up by the Knights. They will get the possession. Angbers with a tough pass, stolen by Jackson Arnold. Jackson with a quick move inside, fake shots, and a save from Soren Tiemann. Flying Dutchman recover. Gibson Heatheist with it. Gibson, the first Flying Dutchman with 50 assists. And he achieved that mark as well. He's just been a dynamic offensive player from the moment he stepped on the Hope campus as a freshman. And also speaks to his unselfishness. He's making the right play, not the play necessarily. Sometimes goal scorers, they're naturally wired to want to score, but sometimes you got to give it up, and Gibson does that as well with a tight shot. Picked up by the Flying Dutchman. 60-second reset on the shot clock. Preston Huxon with it. Huxon circles back. Fakes. Pass high. Oh, tried to. Ball goes over, and that'll be a turnover. Tried to, I think, sweep it back to stay in play, and it went the wrong direction for the Flying Dutchman. The Orange-Blue will go on defense now. Clark back in on the defensive side. Coteen with it. Works it back out. Tubrock steps in. Shot and a goal. Nice individual effort from Colin Tubrock, sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He gets the Knights on the board at the 4:04 mark. Hope still holds a 4-1 lead.
0 in assistant. 0 in assistant. He is very jacked.
The Knights scoring number 1. Number 0, Colin Tubrock.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College.
Flying Dutchman win the face-off. Tyler Behrens, local product from West Ottawa High School, on the move. Hooks him with a shot. How did he make that? Preston hooked him with an impossible angle coming up the near side, and the Flying Dutchman answer in just 16 seconds to make it a 4-goal lead again. Scoreboard is not updating.
Number 13, Tyler Behrens. And scoreboard number 5, number 26, Preston Huxon.
Man, what a shot that was. That's where you have to be careful with the Flying Dutchman. Ball knocked around, sandwich there. Yep, and we're going to get a call, a push on the Flying Dutchman. 5-1 our score. Tubrock with it.
Softball programs, you can't find She found him.
Knights on the attack. Ball knocked away. Tyler Behrens, little pirouette. Pass up to Brendan O'Donnell on the long stick, but not able to come up with it. Ball still loose. Trying to be picked up. Tubrock able to get him. Knights able to wrestle their way into possession. Hudson Tiemann comes with it. This is a game not for the faint of heart. These two teams are going at each other. Good, hard lacrosse. Flying Dutchman taking early command. Knights looking to cut it to 3 goals. Riley DeSarbo with possession on the near side. Gives it up. Knights work it around. Hudson Tiemann, trailed by Behrens, gives it up behind the cage, works it around up to Moore. Moore with a stutter step, tries to get away from Vasquez, gives up the ball, a step through. Knights possession, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Spin move, shot, and a save. Jack Boneform with a kick save and a beauty. 60 seconds on the shot clock. And the Knights answer. Good low shot under the crossbar from Moore, the freshman from Rockford. And the assist from Jordan Warners, and it's 5-2 Hope with 1:42 left in this first quarter. Fine Justman just could not get settled back in after the kick save from Jack Baumforth, senior from Livonia. Great crowd on here at Van Andel Stadium. We got a face-off violation on Hope. So Knights will get another possession with a chance to pull within 2 goals here before the end of the first quarter. Coteen, freshman from Noblesville, Indiana. Our number 1, he gives it up to Tubrock. Tubrock works it over to Blockman. Blockman works inside, shot and into the net, a low shot. Jack Baumforth gets it quickly up the far side to John Foster, the senior long stick midi from Grand Rapids. John, easy to spot with those orange shoes. Fine Dutchman working around. Gibson Heat heist with it. Jackson Arnold. Arnold steps through. Clean shot. Shot blocked, I think, before it got to the Calvin net. Possession battle for the loose ball. Scooped up by Jackson Arnold. Gives it up to Hookham. He takes a shot. Ball knocked away. Good clean hit there. I think that was from Tubrock. Foster with it now. 46 seconds on the shot clock. I see 40 on the game clock, 43 on the shot clock. Heat heist, and it scores! Gibson Heat heist on the board with the low shot. Flying Dutchman, 6, Calvin 2.
For the Flying Dutchman, scoring goal number 6. Number 12, Gibson Heat heist.
Got the face up. The Knights win it, but the ball's knocked away. Jack McNamara picks it up. 25 seconds, an opportunity to hope make it a 5-goal game. Hooks him, fakes, rips a shot and a save by Tiemann. Knights get it across. Ball knocked away. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Flying Dutchman, first 4 goals of the game, and they lead 6-2. We'll be right back after this short break on the Hope Anchor Network.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Was founded to honor the tragic death of Yearly Love by engaging young people through compelling, relatable films and honest conversations around healthy and unhealthy relationship behaviors. Learn more at joinonelove.org and join us in working to build positive relationships.
Back to action here at Van Andel Stadium on the Anchor Network. Knights win that face-off. Quickly get a shot. Save. Jack Baumforth denies the Knights. Tiemann with it. Thinks about a shot, then gives it back up.
I'll take a look at my end and see what's happening.
Braylon Moore. Ball picked up nicely by Poupard. He works it around. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Gorski steps inside between defenders, passes it, knocked away by John Foster with a nice anticipation there. Allows his goalkeeper Baumforth to pick it up, and the Flying Dutchman get the clear. Lance Hart with it. Wisely sends it back to Gibson Eatheist behind the net. Hope with a 14-6 edge in shots in that first quarter. 15-10 edge in ground balls as well. Knights winning the face-off battle, +3 on that one. But on the scoreboard, Hope leads by 4. McNamara with it as the Flying Dutchmen get into their possession. 45 seconds on the shot clock. Flying Dutchmen with the lead can play at the pace they want to. They want to get moving fast, they can. They want to be patient, try to stretch out this Calvin defense. They can do that too. Early with it. Early forced. Back, gives it up to Heatheist. Heatheist had to chase down to get it. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hooks him up to Torrance, just missed him. And the Knights able to come up with it on the turnover. Duncan Billings, a sophomore from North Barrington, Illinois. But the Flying Dutchmen take it back to, oh my word! Jack McNamara depressed him, hooks him, and he just kind of swept it in for goal number 7. Flying Dutchman with the first goal in this second quarter with an absolute beauty.
And the Flying Dutchman with the assist.
The creativity that this Flying Dutchman lacrosse team has shown this season is just fun to watch.
Number 26, Preston Hudson.
There is no shot. They are not willing to try. And that comes with practice too, the confidence to react in that moment. Ball rolls out of bounds. Possession will go to Hope. On the restart, Elliott Heatheist gives it to Vasquez up top. Hook him up, gives it up to Heatheist. Gibson, I should say, up to Weston Godbold. Weston with some colorful shoes as well that makes him easy to spot besides his big orange number 1. Flying Dutchman working around Andon Rieger, senior from Elmhurst. Early enters the fray. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Rieger. Angle, shot, sends it wide. Possession will stay with Hope. 35 seconds on the shot clock. This Hope men's lacrosse team has been motivated since losing in the semifinals in an upset to Trine last year at Van Andel Stadium, and it certainly reflects in the play with how focused and consistent they've been with their preparation through the off-season and now during the season as well, their fall workouts. Flying Dutchman work it around. Gibson Heatheist with it. Heatheist in traffic. Tough pass. The Knights picked off there. Drew Garrison, junior from Columbus, Ohio. Leaves it for his goalkeeper, and the Knights will get a clear. Keeper brings it upfield. Drops it over the Hope defender. And racing toward his bench is Garrett Reilly, a freshman from Caledonia High School, Alto, Michigan, on the southeast side of Grand Rapids. Beckett Monday pressures Coteen with it. Knights work it around. Back up top, now to the far side. Shot and a save. DeSarbo tried to beat Jack Baumforth under the crossbar, but Jack read it well. Now the Flying Dutchman quickly in transition, back at Monday, up to Zeiderveen. Back to Monday. Ooh, good save there by the Knights keeper, Tiemann. Ball scrambling around. Almost picked up several times. Jack Zeiderveen with it. Pass wide open, Gibson, heat highs. We'll wait to see here. They're saying in the crease. Hope is arguing that he was shoved into the crease. Goal is the call. And a great passing there for the Flying Dutchman. And they got the keeper out of position. And goal number 8 is on the board with 10:41 left in this first half. Great body control there from Gibson to be able to absorb a check that tried to dislodge the ball. But he had a wide open net, and you give Gibson Heat-Heist a wide open net, and that's good news for the orange and blue. Knights win the face-off, but have to send it back in their defensive end. They'll bring it upfield. A long, nice pass, perfectly placed to Teddy Hollebeek, another local product, Holland Christian High School. Hollebeek comes back to the middle of the field, gives it to Moore. Moore, wait to make sure everybody's onside. Brings it in, pass, creasing a shot there, wide. And Gorski with it. He took a hit, and going to be our first penalty of the game. Arnold got called something more than a push. Probably, we'll see what the call is. Either way, the Knights are going to get a man-up opportunity. Try to cut this lead to 5. .60-second reshot. I think that was a shot to the head. So the Knights looking to get their 3rd goal of the game. A 1-minute penalty. Knocked away. Tyler Behrens continues to just be a disruptive force for Hope. Ball ping-ponging around. Foster sweeping it in a scrum. Knights are able to come away with it. Hoopard from Midland, Michigan. Settle things down. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Ball squirts away. Warner is able to track it down before it goes out of bounds. Warner's coming from the far side. Lance Hart closes off a shooting angle there. 37 on the shot. That's Hollebeek. But Jack Baumforth says not on that time. A nice low save at his knees. He brings the ball upfield. Makes the pass to Liam Belote. Liam, Saline, Michigan. Flying Dutchman. Work it free. Zeiderveen with it on the near side. Gives it back to Heat-Heist behind the cage. Flying Dutchman working around the near side. Going to get a sub in here. Ezra Carafel, Muskegon, Michigan freshman, enters the fray, also with those orange shoes, easy to spot. About as bright as some of the tulips we're going to have here soon in Holland, Michigan. Flying Dutchman, Luke Darnell. Darnell from Clarkston, a freshman. Gives it up to, gets it back. Darnell steps into the middle, knocked away from the Knights. Garrett Reilly with it. Knights bring it upfield, trying to get a transition going. Pressured at midfield. Find Tubrock with it. Will bring it into the attacking zone. Swarm there by Behrens. Forced to give it up. Gets it back on the near side. Coteen with it. Shadowed by Elliott Heatheist, knocked to the ground by Monday. Ball loose, but picked up by the Knights. DeSarbo with it. Coteen, 20 seconds now on the shot clock. Takes it behind the cage. Shadowed there by Beckett Monday. Absorbs a check, gives the pass, knocked away. There's Tyler Behrens again, the long stick midi. He's knocked to the ground. John Foster gets it up like a vacuum cleaner, up to Lance Hart, and the Flying Dutchman on the move. Elliott Heatheist, quick pass up to Monday. Elliott Heatheist gives it up near side, gets it back behind the goal, behind the cage. Drop pass to Ziderveen, steps in, traffic, knocked away. Ball knocked away, scooped up by the Knights' Duncan Billings. And the Knights with a clear attempt here. 6 minutes left in this first half. Hope 8, Calvin 2. Angbers gives it up to Blackman. Blackman falls, loses the ball. Scrum for it. We're going to get a penalty. And we're going to see the call. I think O'Donnell for Hope. It'll be the second penalty on the Flying Dutchman. Tough break there. Flying Dutchman defense will be tested again. Trying to kill off another penalty. Hollebeek. Knights working around the cage. Carpenter back up to Blackman, works it, Knights work it around. Errant pass, back to midfield. Nice play there by Richards. Long stick, able to keep that before Hope could get a crack at it, and it would have been a turnover. Shot at a tight angle, just inside the left crossbar. Tubrock scores, and the Knights have goal number 3. Cut Hope's lead to 8-3 with 5:02 remaining in the first half. Busy weekend on the campus of Hope College. Glad to have everyone here for Admitted Student Day. Exciting to meet some of the members of next year's incoming class. Also home softball scheduled to start here at 2 o'clock. Great day to be here at Hope College. Hope everyone is able to be dry where you're at. I know it's been a very challenging week for everyone in the state, and our thoughts are with everyone, including our first responders and those that are going to help put us back together. Tough pass, bounces right into the net of Tiemann, the keeper. The Knights on the move, but kind of in trouble. Ball knocked away, out of bounds. Turnover on a failed clear. Great double team defensively there. Flying Dutchman on the restart. Hope has been really good at that this year, really making it difficult, whether creating turnovers or eating up possession time. High pass, nice effort there from the lanky Godbold. Possession stays here in Hope. A lot of time on the shot clock. Heatheist over to Ziderveen. Ziderveen up top to Torrance. Ben from Portage, Michigan. Heatheist with it behind the cage. Over to Ziderveen, and a shot high. 35 seconds on the shot clock, 3:50 on the game clock in this first half. Hope in early command, 8-3. Torrance to Godbold. On the near side, Siderveen. Siderveen to Gibson Heatheis. Pressured there. Pass up top to McNamara. Shot wide. Possession will stay with Hope. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Flying Dutchman work it around. Far side to Heatheis. Heatheis turns. Oh, it hit the side of the net. It looked like a goal, had the fans cheering, but a tough angle, and it just went on the wrong side of the post. High pass, not able to be handled. Turnover. Hope in transition. Ooh, a nice save there from Tiemann. The Knights having trouble keeping possession, though. Tyler Behrens knocks it away. John Foster scoops it up, takes the hit, delivers it, and the Flying Dutchmen are back on the attack. Up to Godbold. Nice pass to Heatheis. Ooh, what a good save from Tiemann again. This game might be much bigger if it's not for the Calvin Knights keeper. Another turnover created by Hope. Torrance makes the pass to Monday. Beckett, shot, goal! Great pass from Beckett Monday. And that gets the Hope crowd cheering. 9-3 Flying Dutchman with 2:20 left in the first half.
For the Flying Dutchman with the assist, number 18, Beckett Monday. Scoring goal number 9, number 26, Preston Huxham.
Preston Huxham does not miss, tucking it right under the crossbar in the right corner. Hope expands its lead to 6 goals late in the first half. Here on the Anchor Network, glad to have you along. Wherever you are watching us. Ball loose, ball still bouncing around. No one can pick it up. Game of hot potato. Liam Below gets it for a second, but loses control. The Knights are able to come away with it. Shot and a nice save there as the Knights' Riley DeSarbo, a junior from Monroe, Michigan. Possession will stay with Calvin. 1:52 on the game clock. Inside 70 seconds on the shot clock. Good race there for that ball. The Knights are able to win. Tiemann on the far side. Now Moore goes behind the cage. The Knights work it up top. Tiemann tries to spin. Below leans on him. Behind the cage, back up top. Tough pass picked up by Tiemann. He gives it up. Gorski now. Gorski in traffic. Tough pressure pass and out of bounds. Turnover Calvin. Flying Dutchman will have 1:09 and counting left in this first half and a full shot clock. Heatheis with it. Flying Dutchman would love nothing more to add a 10th goal here, and Michael Shanos is going to call a timeout. Big play here. Opportunity to get this lead to 7. We'll be right back after this short break on the Anchor Network.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope.
Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience, and strength. They're ready to change the world.
Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world. Cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.
Back to action here at Van Andel Stadium. 52 seconds left on the game clock. Shot clock not a factor. Hope leading 9-2 with possession after the timeout for the orange and blue. Huxham with it, gives it up. Now Rieger up top. Siderveen, Flying Dutchman patiently working around, trying to find a crease in this Calvin defense. Heat Heist behind the cage. Up top to Godbold, 30 seconds on the game clock. Rieger fakes, works to the near side, gives it up to Ziderveen. Back to Eat Heist. Over to Huxham. Fakes the shot, and a low shot through the crease, but out of bounds. Possession will stay with Hope. 18 seconds on the game clock. Flying Dutchman, give it to Heat Heist behind the cage. Over to Ziderveen, he steps through a defender. Shoots, shot blocked. And the Knights will hold the end of this first half. Turnover, not enough time to get a shot off though, and that'll do it for 30 minutes of lacrosse in this first place showdown. The Flying Dutchmen hold a 9-3 lead. We'll be back for the second half here on the Acre Network after this 10-minute break.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Hope students come from diverse backgrounds, ready to create an environment where truth is sought. All voices are amplified, and challenges are met with determination and confidence. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause once again for your Hope College dance team. Hope fans, just a reminder to stick around after the game for your chance to meet the Flying Dutch.
In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
Cancer, we're coming for you. Parkinson's, your days are numbered. Alzheimer's, we're zeroed in on you too. Because at Van Andel Institute, the world's best minds are working relentlessly to eradicate these diseases forever. By advancing the boldest innovations, achieving breakthroughs, and transforming lives. Because the most powerful way to fight diseases, never stop fighting. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.
My name's Emma Duttmers, and I'm a communications major, and then I'm minoring in environmental studies. I play soccer. The first soccer game of my junior year, I tore my ACL. Our athletic trainer, Annie, was there for me right when it happened, and she was there for me literally every step of the way. That was definitely a huge growing opportunity for me, and it was really hard, but it really pushed me to be a leader with more of my voice because I couldn't lead by example on the field. It definitely made me take a step back and realize how much there is to be grateful for.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to share hope stories of transformational impact.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louis the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Teams back out on the field here at Van Andel Stadium, done with their halftime chat, getting their second half warm-ups in. Flying Dutchman in command, leading 9-3. After a 6-goal first period, first 4 goals of the game. Our scoring summary. Preston Huxham with 4 goals and 1 assist for a team leading in game-high 5 points. Jack Zeiderveen and Gibson Heatheist with 2 goals and 1 assist apiece. Jack McNamara has also scored for Hope. Jack Baumfirth with 7 big saves for the Flying Dutchman during the first half. For the Knights, Colin Tubrock with 2 goals. Braylon Moore with the Knights' other goal. 2 assists for Jordan Warners. Hope with a 26-12 edge in shots, holding Calvin to 6 shots in both the first and second quarters. Ground balls are nearly even. Hope 25, Calvin 24. Calvin with the edge in faceoffs, 9-5, but Flying Dutchman. And we are back under action. The Knights win that one. Calvin with 19 turnovers already, twice as many as Hope. That's a big factor in this one. Ball loose as that relentless Hope defense continues to just eat time and get their opponent sped up. Long pass on the near side to Moore with it. Wind, you can see, coming through pretty strongly, coming over from the west. Over to the opposite sideline of our teams. Opposite what we had yesterday during the softball doubleheader across the creek. Quick in shot, Jack Baumfirth with save number 8. Your keeper has as many saves as you have goals. This part of a contest, it's usually a good feeling. Works it up, Ben Torrance now. Brings it across into the attacking zone. Spin, pirouette, keeps going. Shot, and a goal! Ben Torrance gets the Flying Dutchman started quickly in this first half. Went through there like a ballerina and then rifled a shot under the crossbar. 10-3 Hope. 1-12 into the third quarter.
For the Flying Dutchman, scoring goal number 10. Number 42, Ben Torrance.
Ben Torrance gets a jumping bump from his head coach. You tell head coach Michael Shanehouse he is fired up because his team is playing extremely well today. Building off, they knew it was a championship week and the Flying Dutchmen have come ready for it. Ball bounces around, Flying Dutchman with the win. Huxham clipped. And Knights get possession and are on the move. Preston looked like he was tripped, but no call. So the Flying Dutchman will have to settle in defensively. Carpenter behind the cage. Works it around on the far side. Tubrock, Calvin's leading goal scorer. DeSarbo works through traffic, knocked away by Arnold. Baumfirth scoops it up. Long pass to Arnold. Arnold with a nice catch at his shoe tops. On the move, fakes, tries to feed Heatheist, but he tapped his chest, his fault for an errant pass. Flying Dutchman turn it over. You can tell by watching this Hope team, there's accountability too. If they don't make the right play, acknowledge it, move on, and then make the right play the next time. Knights bringing across midfield. Moore with it, and they'll get into their set. MIAA play will conclude next week. Knights get it in, swarmed by that Hope defense. Lance Hart, Brendan O'Donnell push that shot away. Top 2 teams, Hope and Calvin, will get first round byes no matter how this game finishes. Quarterfinals next, a week from today. And winners move on to the semifinals at Hope and Calvin. Muscling his way through. Tries a shot, but well wide. Out of bounds into the corner here at Van Andel Stadium. Knights will reset, but only 14 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Vasquez tries to push away Moore. Moore with an errant pass. Jackson Arnold scoops it up. Jackson's ready for a fast break at any time. Knocked down. Zeiderveen. Shot wide. Possession will stay with Hope. Heat Heist. Quick pass up to Arnold. Shot and a rip under the crossbar. No doubter on that one from about 15 yards. Flying Dutchman lead 11-3, 11:22 left in the third quarter.
For the Flying Dutchman with the assist, number 12, Gibson Heathice. And scoring goal number 11, number 20, Jackson Arnold.
Flying Dutchman, battle for the face-off, right on the edge of the goal. Jackson Vasquez somehow nimble feet. Oh, stepped out of bounds, says the official. Pretty acrobatic move just to even come that close to winning that one. But the maroon and gold get possession. Knights working around. Good defense there by Lance Hart. Knocks the ball away from Warners. Below, the long stack midi will bring it up. Huxham gives it up to Heat Heist. Heat Heist surveys the Calvin defense, who tries to find Huxham. It's Zeiderveen instead. Sometimes it doesn't work out right, and then it still works out right. Pass high. Jack Zeiderveen catches it, cradles, shot, score. Hope 12, Calvin 3, 10-12 left in the third quarter.
For the Flying Dutchman with the assist, number 12, Gibson Heathice. And scoring goal number 12.
Flying Dutchmen seem on their way to matching the 2008 team, who had a 15-game winning streak. Lost the first game of the season to Carthage. Lost the last game of the year to Albion in the MIAA tournament. And the finals, and in between, an amazing run of 15 games. Flying Dutchmen started this season with a win and have just kept going.
Oh, that's right, you were talking.
Open the season 14-9 victory down at Wabash College in Indiana. And the ball has been rolling for the orange and blue since. Jackson early with it. Rieger works it back up top to Godbold. Godbold stutters, turns. Heat Heist with a high shot under the crossbar. Gibson Heat Heist right over the shoulder of the Calvin keeper. And we have a 10-goal lead for the Flying Dutchman. This is what Flying Dutchman did to Albion on Wednesday. Just no let up anywhere on the field, and that's how you play winning lacrosse. All three phases. Quickly strike 4 goals here in the first 4.5 minutes. And a face-off win for Hope. Zeiderveen with it to Heat Heist. Huxham Up top to Arnold, a high pass. That ball will be, rolls over the line. That should be, yep, turnover. No call. Flying Dutchman keep it. Siderveen, tough pass. Good scoop there by Gibson Heat-Heiss. Another pass, cutting Arnold, but this one will not come anywhere near the midfield line. Flying Dutchman will keep it. 40 seconds and counting on the shot clock. Torrance. Flying Dutchman working around to Heat-Heiss. Back to Hooksum. He'll take a high, tight shot. Love that scoring angle, but sent it high over the far right post. 30 seconds now on the shot clock. Heat-Heiss sneaks in. Ooh, a save. T-Man able to keep the basket, get a basket down there quickly. Deny that low shot. Knights with the clear. Richards. Up to Moore. An easy clear for the Knights there. Carpenter. Pressured there by Hart. Knights working around, and now they come back in. Teeman with it, guarded by Vasquez. Absorbs a Vasquez hit. Gives the ball up, stutter step, and a shot. That one blocked. Knights scoop it back up, and we'll try again. Gorski now. Gorski over to Teeman. Teeman guarded by Godbold. Dalk with it, pass in traffic. Jack Baumforth scoops it up, gets it out of trouble. Now it's John Foster. Up to Ziderveen. Heat-Heiss with it, pressured there. Ball knocked out of his stick there nicely by Drew Garrison. Ziderveen with it, fends off a check, peels back. Now Jack McNamara. Into the attacking zone up top. Flying Dutchman working around. Heat-Heiss again. Andon Rieger coming back in. Flying Dutchman being deliberate. Working some time off that clock. Let that defense catch its breath. Heat-Heiss, Ziderveen on the far side. Back up to Rieger up top. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Godbold to Heat-Heiss. And almost like a no-look pass across the field to Ziderveen. Oh, hits the crossbar. Scooped up by the Knights. They get sandwiched, though. Turnover. Ball knocked away from Dalk. Quickly up to Godbold. Oh, sent it wide. Nifty pass there from Heat-Heiss. Flying Dutchman nearly have a full shot clock to work with. Now Huxham.
Oh my gosh, don't scare me like that.
Bounce pass to Heat-Heiss. Flying Dutchman have liked the near side on the keeper, but they work it around up top. Huxham again. Being behind the cage this time. Up top to McNamara, or Rieger. Tough pass, though. Good collapsing defense from Calvin. The Knights knock it away. Create a turnover. Now Garrison brings it upfield on the clear. Errant pass to the keeper in the middle, but Richards scoops it up. Again, you see McNamara right there.
BPW
that pressure.
Proud to support.
DeSarbo with it. DeSarbo with a shot. Wide. Kept in there nicely by Behrens. Possession, though, gonna go to Calvin. Baumforth gets back between in goal. Ball shot and a beautiful stretch save by McNamara. Goes down on his seat to pick that one up. Pass up to Monday. An errant one, though, intercepted by Tubrock. Session with Calvin. They'll get a new shot clock. 13-3 our score. Flying Dutchman in control. DeSarbo with it. Gives it up behind the cage. Knights working around. Tubrock with it. Ball knocked away. Tyler Behrens just continues to just be a relentless force on defense. Transition game up. Lance Hart with it. Coming down the long stick midi. Nice pass to Hooksum. Oh, good play there by Garrison. Intercepted that pass. That would have been a slam dunk goal for the Flying Dutchman. Instead, Gibson Heat Ice goes on the attack. Steals the ball away. Siderveen up to Hooksum. Hooksum just swarmed by two Calvin defenders. Good teamwork there. And before the turnover, we get a timeout. Or we have to see who called it.
Timeout.
Hope with a timeout. Nice timeout there. Saw his attacker in trouble. And we'll be right back here after this short break on the Anchor Network.
Hope College is where academic greatness and a vibrant Christian tradition give students a foundation to pursue their passions and chase their life's calling. Hope ranks near the top nationally for undergraduate research, innovation, and value. Hope College is preparing students for a life of leadership and service. Learn more at hope.edu.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
Back to action here at Hope College, Van Andel Stadium. Hope men's lacrosse leads Calvin 13-3 late in the third quarter. Busy weekend for Hope Athletics. You want to follow Hope Athletics, just go to athletics.hope.edu. Also search Hope Athletics on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. Get all the latest schedules, scores, stats, game recaps. Follow your favorite team of the Orange and Blue or follow them all. We also have our Hope Athletics mobile app. Just search Hope Athletics. We have our Orange and Blue podcast you can check out. Search Hope Athletics Orange and Blue podcast on your favorite provider. Hooksum will be with Hope on the restart. 68 seconds on the game clock. Siderveen with it. Now Heat Heist gives it up near side, up to Torrance up top, then to Godbold. Flying Dutchman working around, patient, been surgical at times today. But they've shown the ability with a transition game to really hurt the Knights. Siderveen now behind the cage, Heat Heist. Up to, oh, what a beautiful pass and a beautiful goal. Jackson Early gets in on the fun. Set up by his teammate Gibson Heat Ice. Another assist for Gibson. And it's 14-3 Hope, 3:08 left in the third quarter. Later today on the Anchor Network, we'll have, in addition to Hope St. Mary softball going on right now, we'll also have Hope College baseball be broadcasting live from Davenport University. As Flying Dutchman will look to take the series from 8th-ranked Calvin. Flying Dutchman won last night 5-1 on a pitching gem from Owen Weber.
Alan, that was Heath Ice's 100th point of the year.
100 points now for Gibson Heat Heist, thanks to stat keeping from my caller Phil Karras on the stat update. Great team here at Hope College, everyone involved making this happen. Brendan O'Donnell leans in on David Blackman, forced to give it up. Errant pass, tracked down though by Gorski. Good step through, got an angle though, and shot sent wide right. Possession will stay with Calvin, 33 on the shot clock, 2:17 and counting on the game clock. Pass behind the cage. Pass in transition, traffic. Ball battling around. No one will come with it, and ooh boy, a good shot there from Warners, who came out of it with traffic and ripped it, but wide left. And the possession will shift to Hope. Flying Dutchman will finish the regular season next Wednesday at Adrian College. And then Flying Dutchman work it around. Knocked away nicely there by Richards. Ball swept. Good check there. Knight's trying to pick it up. Nimble footwork there from Duncan Billings. 1:13 and counting in this first half. (14-3) our score. Flying Dutchman have been stingy here this afternoon. Pass, so a great setup there as Brighton Coteen set up his teammate Braden Carpenter, a wide open net because of a perfectly placed pass, and it's 14-4 Flying Dutchman after the Calvin goal, 42 seconds left. That's a goal you just tip your cap to the other team, because there wasn't really anything you could do on that one.
Number 24, Braden Carpenter.
Because if Jack Baumford's had time to react to it, he's usually stopped it. And there was no time on that one. Face off. Ball knocked in. I think we're going to get a push on Hope. So the Knights will get a possession, maybe a chance to score twice quickly here at the end of the third quarter. 36 seconds left. Coteen with it. Pressure by Elliott Heatheis. Comes up the middle. Thinks about a shot. Turns. Gives it up. 15 seconds on the game clock. Pass deflected out of bounds. I'll stop the game clock with 11 seconds remaining. Down at Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo leads Albion 6-5 late in the third quarter. 4 seconds on the restart. Tried to get a pass. Will they get a shot off? They will not. Flying Dutchman defense holds. Just one late goal allowed in this third period. 5 goals for the Flying Dutchman. 15 minutes left. Hope 14. Calvin 4. We'll be right back after this message on the Anchor Network.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience.
Back to action here at Van Andel Stadium. 15 minutes left in regulation. Hope in control, leading 14-4. Again, Flying Dutchman came into this game knowing that the winner was going to clinch a share of the MIAA championship and also the top seed for the MIAA tournament, with holding the tiebreaker, head-to-head tiebreaker. Flying Dutchman will want to keep their winning ways, though. Finish off this one and then go to Adrian. Try to complete a perfect run through the MIAA regular season. We are underway. Ball knocked around, picked up by Jackson Early. Flying Dutchman will get the first possession of the half. Good shout out to our anchor partners, Holland BPW, XYZ Motors. Jack McNamara will interrupt that read. Our Be Strong, Be True male athlete of the year fires that one under the right under the crossbar, top shelf. Hope 15-4, 17 seconds into this third quarter. Again, our thank you for our anchor partners, Holland BPW, XYZ Motors, LVZ Financial Planning, the Lighthouse Title Group, and the Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedic Sports Medicine Collaborative. Grateful for their support of our mission of academic success, competitive excellence, and transformational experiences. Jackson Early with the face-off win. Heat heist, Deciderveen tried to get it off. Richards recovered and knocked it out. Possession will stay with Hope. Want to learn more about our anchor partners? Go to athletics.hope.edu/partners. Hope now with a 37-21 edge in shots. Also, 26 turnovers caused by the Flying Dutchmen have had a big hand in. Their defense has been really good from the cage to the midfield. And that short-circuited some things for the Knights. And I think made them play just a little faster than they wanted to at times. And Flying Dutchman working around. Torrance. Shadow there by Bolins. McNamara again. Ooh, he rips the shot, sends it wide. Possession will stay with Hope. 24 seconds left on the game clock. Again, a great crowd here today at Van Andel Stadium. Again, the first time we've had a Hope Calvin men's lacrosse regular season game mean as much as this one. Flying Dutchman still unbeaten in the rivalry. Torrance with a nice step through it. He scores. Ben Torrance adds a second goal. 16-4, Flying Dutchman.
For the Flying Dutchman, scoring goal number 16.
775 fans here, a season high. And they've been a hearty one. Dress warm on this chilly afternoon, but a dry one, which we're thankful for. A lot of Calvin fans also, but a lot of Orange and Blue Hope fans. Ball. Knights come away with the face-off win. Nate Hansen brings it up. Gives it up to Blockman. And we'll wait for some subs to sprint on and off the field. The Knights will face Kalamazoo College next week. Transition, shot and a save and a goal. Gibson heat ice. Just keeps piling up the points. Quickly in transition, and off he goes.
With the assist, number 15, Jack Ziderby.
Gibson, his 100th point of the season earlier today. With his 10th point today. And he's putting together a resume for one of the top in Hopeman's lacrosse history. Again, Flying Dutchman began in 2013 and 14 at the Division III level. Errant pass there. Ball turned around though as the Knights able to pick it up. Garrett Reilly with it. Pressured by Behrens. Carpenter now. Knights working around. Warner's behind the cage. Guarded closely by Foster. Knights will be against Kalamazoo at home on Wednesday. Pass up front. Errant. Foster sweeps it up. Gives it to his keeper, Baumforth. Up to Behrens, and the Flying Dutchmen are on the move. Good stutter step by Behrens. Low pass, but caught nicely by Arnold. Behrens joins the offensive attack for a moment. And now retreats. Andon Rieger. Oh, better pass than he might have scored. Turnover, but the Knights throw it away and give possession right back to Hope. Four goals and 5 assists for Gibson to lead the Flying Dutchman. 5-point games for Jack Zeiderveen and Preston Huxham. Jack with 3 goals and 2 assists. Preston with 4 goals and 1 assist. And ironically, as of right now, we could have the second straight game where an opponent hasn't committed a penalty against Hope. But that has not been a problem for the Flying Dutchmen at all. They've just been too quick and too skilled to get caught. Godbold shot. Ooh, off the side of the net. Behind the back pass from Heat Heist. Calvin player down. I think on that inadvertent collision. Back up on his feet. Hobbling a little bit. He'll be treated too. And both Hope and Calvin get a nice round of applause. And both schools are blessed with outstanding athletic training staff. Take care of their student athletes extremely well. Allow them to be at their peak. 10:32 left in this one. And the Flying Dutchmen win today. They'll clinch the top seed in the MIAA tournament and a share of the MIAA title. That's Alex Dahlk being helped to the bench area. He'll be looked at. 45 seconds on the shot clock. McNamara over to Rieger. Flying Dutchman working around. Heat Heist. Godbold hooks him. Nice pass into Zeiderveen and a goal. And he does a push-up after he gets knocked to the ground on the shot. Buries that one, and it's 18-4 Hope.
26.
Zeiderveen with goal number 4, giving Hope 3 4-goal scorers today.
Scoring goal number 18, number 15, Jack Zeiderveen.
Scrum for the ball, picked up nicely there by Angbers with this long stick. Pivots. Looking for someone to pass it to. Hope is making that trouble. A bunch of sea of white jerseys. Angbers. Timeout, Calvin. 9:28 left in this one. They try to get settled. We'll be back after this short break on the Anchor Network.
and strength. They're ready to change the world.
Back to action here at Van Andel Stadium. Flying Dutchman looking to put the finishing touches on an impressive senior day victory. Their final regular season home game. They will be back here for the MIAA tournament, starting with the semifinals. The end of the month, as we wind down the school year here at Hope College and across our MIAA member schools. Different graduation ceremonies coming up. Exciting time for all of our students. Up top, shot and a goal. Nice pass. Give and go from Warners to Blackman, and the Knights get their 5th goal of the game. Well run and designed play coming out of the timeout.
With the assist, number 28, Jordan Warners. Scoring goal number 5, number 3, David Blackman.
Face-off win for the Knights. But they're having to go deep into their territory, into their defensive end. Seeing some new players in for Hope. Carl Bailey, a senior from Oxford, getting some playing time as well. Wearing 28. We also have Kyle McVitie, a senior from Naperville, Illinois, back on the defensive end for Hope. Getting seniors a chance to get some lots of minutes in this one. It's working on the far side, or near side. Pass mishandled there, out of bounds. Turnover, Calvin. Back to Baumforth. Looks ahead, low pass, bad pass there to Arnold. Couldn't handle it. Had his shoe tops. The Knights get it back. Ball knocked out of the stick, picked up out of the air by Arnold. Arnold muscles through, brings it across. Another forced created turnover. Ryan Dutchman just been really on point with that. Just really making it hard for teams and creating scoring opportunities from it as well. McNamara, number 5, will join the attacking zone for Hope. Work it around on the near side. Rieger now with it. Great senior class here at Hope College, honored before the game today. Including Director of Lacrosse Operations, Rachel Wozniak. Just been absolutely critical part of the Flying Dutchman's success. We wish all of our seniors well as they graduate, but hopefully they got many more weeks of lacrosse to play here and manage here at Hope College. Rieger goes behind the net. McNamara up top, early with it. Early with a nice find. Shot, ooh, nice. Kind of a pirouette shot there for Will Tobias, another senior. Calvin wins the foot race. They'll get possession. See some more players coming in. Kyle Spoondike, a freshman from Grosse Pointe Park, is on the field. Wearing number 24. Head coach Michael Schoenhaus and working in. Hein Dutchman, give it up, shot, swarming defense, prevents DeSarbo with it. Now to Brock. Gives it up. 6 minutes here and counting here left in this one. Knights give it up. Ball squirted free, knocked away, and Jack McNamara gets it, takes a hit, spins, keeps going. Nice tall pass up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, the long stick mini on the field, gives it up to Bailey. Got two long stick midfielders in the offensive attack for a moment. You don't see that very often. Flying Dutchman would love, they absolutely love it when the long sticks get a chance to let one rip. Doing a lot of the dirty work on the defensive end, not a lot of the glory. Flying Dutchmen continue to intermix some folks. PJ Wozniak, number 11, a freshman from Oxford. He comes into the game. Kyle Akers, a freshman, long stick. As John Foster comes off the field, gets a hug from Chris Schelt, assistant coach and defensive coordinator. Early. Over to Godbold. Fakes the pass, works it behind to Zeiderveen. Zeiderveen finds a cutting Tobias. Ball knocks off, but Zeiderveen able to save it. Gets the pass to Godbold near the Hope bench. Godbold steps inside, finds a crease. You get a shot off. Just not able to, knocked down. And it's Joe Alluri, a sophomore from Gurney, Illinois, brings it upfield. David Blackman with it now. Knights are going to fall to 11-3 on the season, 4-1 in MIAA play. Hope now 15-0 overall, 5-0 in MIAA play. Match the longest winning streak and continue the best start to a season for the Flying Dutchman. Hollybeek with it.
My dog can be a lap dog except for when I'm driving.
Back out on the near side. Knights work it up top. Dalk with it. Nice high shot. And Hope wins the foot race, so they'll get possession. Some more newcomers coming in for Hope, including Luke O'Connell, a sophomore, Colorado Springs. Carl Bailey with it, works it around to Clark. Clark back to Bailey, far side. Liam Belote comes off the field as well. Another senior. Carafel. Nice pass to O'Connell. Luke O'Connell enters the game. Delivers goal number 19 on a rip shot right there. 19-5, Hope College.
And scoring goal number 19, number 10, Luke O'Connell.
Face off, rolls back into the Calvin defensive end. Knocked away nicely there by the Flying Dutchman's Owen Mueller, a freshman from Fenton, Michigan. But Knights able to still wrestle away control. Shot and another save from Jack Baumforth. Catching up here also Logan Eaton, a freshman on the defensive end, wearing number 33 in for Hope. Jake Eaton, his brother, is in on the attack as well. Wearing number 37. Pass given up. Step through. Shot and a goal. Braden Carpenter rifles that one under the crossbar. Knights get their 6th goal of the game.
For the Knights with the assist, number 28.
Flying Dutchman's highest scoring game. They've hit the 20-goal mark on 2 different occasions. And Hope has held Calvin to single-digit goals for all but one of their previous 16 meetings. An 18-10 victory back in 2015 is the highest scoring game for the Knights. Breckenhoverweg seen on the field as well for Hope. And we're number 39, just exited. Inside 2 minutes left in this one. Calvin with possession. Hollabeek with a shot. Saved. Won by Baumforth on that one. Great hustle by the senior keeper. Get some more subs in for Hope here. Ryan Gillen, a sophomore from Portage. Also Cash Tenhave, a freshman from Hudsonville. Jack Baumforth tried to do a little sneaky goal there. Pass, though, errant, mishandled by the Knights, and Hope will get it. Roof might have come off this play, said the keeper scored on that one. Ball knocked away there. Good steal by Richards. Inside a minute left here, Knights coming in. Warner's with it. Warner's with the pass. Another save by Baumforth. He has been a busy man for the Flying Dutchman, been very good defensively. One of the reasons why the Knights only have 6 goals. Ball loose, picked up by Talbrock. Talbrock gives it over to Coteen. Coteen, he'll take a shot and he'll score. Low bouncing shot into the back of the net. Calvin Knights get goal number 7 here with 24 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
For the Knights, scoring goal number 7, number 1, Wrighton Coteen.
One final face-off. Flying Dutchman gonna earn an MIAA championship for the 6th time in program history. They'll go for it outright. They've won it outright all 5 times. This will be the 3rd season in a row they've won an MIAA title. That's the longest streak in school history. Joining MIAA champions from 2018, 19, 22, 24, and 25. Final seconds tick away. The Flying Dutchman run on the field to celebrate. Our Flying Dutchman, at least MIAA co-champions with an outright championship opportunity on Wednesday down at Adrian College. And our final score, Hope 19, Calvin 7. Flying Dutchman come up big, winning for the 15th time in a row. That matches the longest streak in program history, continuing the best start in program history. So congratulations to head coach Michael Shannels and the Flying Dutchman. The 2 teams will shake hands on the field. Want to say thank you for the crew back in the studio, turning the dials and helping us call and show all this exciting lacrosse action here at Hope College. And thank you for watching and supporting Hope Athletics. And if you're watching from Calvin, thank you for supporting Calvin. Fan bases make the rivalry very, very special, and there's going to be more lacrosse games like this to come with the MIAA championship on the line. Again, our final score, Hope 19, Calvin 7. This is Alan Babbitt signing off on the Anchor Network.
Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world. Cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.